everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 610. We are that podcast that talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Ari Rockefeller.
And I am Mako-chan.
Who is in the deep, deep depths of her studio, echoing all over as she plots to kidnap all the children.
Yes, well, Ari is coming up as Barry on the show.
God damn it. All right, hold on. I can fix this real quick. I am so glad there's like a preview setting where I can see this. And that is fixed. Unfortunately, it's not the one that I want to use. I put up the test layout I've been tinkering with. That's not the right one. There we go. That one looks so much better. When I see the beer, he goes, Barry Rockefeller or Ari Rockaberry.
I'll get them together and we'll do the fusion dance and we can figure out where we go from there.
Next time on Anime Jam Session Z.
Oh, balls.
Oh man, how is everybody doing tonight? You know what? I'm kind of feeling that too. So I couldn't wear a costume to work, so I did like a business casual Shaggy Rogers, and I go up to the 9th floor, and one of my coworkers is running around as Luigi in overall shorts. So I was like, wow. Even I couldn't pull that off. So I was, wow. But I did say I could use a Mario to my Luigi if I do it next year. Yeah, there were VIPs in the office, so I couldn't go all out. And if I had thought about it, I would have done Luigi in the style of a green shirt, blue slacks, and blue suspenders, and have the hat,
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll probably do that next year unless I decide to do something else. I was looking at my friend's Facebook. At his job, I think it was a couple of years back, they said everyone come in costume. He was from I forget what anime he was from, but everybody thought he was Yugi or somebody from Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm just like, I could kind of see that, but I know you're not. But I guess to some normies, when you see an anime or a quote-unquote cartoon with the character that has a big old head of hair, it's Dragon Ball Z. But if he has a big old head of hair and multiple colors, it's got to be Yu-Gi-Oh!
The nerve of some people.
Well, I mean, I get that. But at the same time, some people only know by what they see on TV and they're not going to explore past it. It's like there are some Sailor Moon fans whose worlds were rocked when they realized that the Deke dub is not the real translation.
Yeah.
Some of them are the same ones who refuse to buy the Viz release because the original cast is not on there, and I'm like, so watch it subtitled and see the original story. I don't see what the problem is. But, that's enough about that. That can be in its own entire podcast on its own. So, just want to let you know, we're live tonight, week of October 31st, 2023, right here on Twitch TV. And for those of you who celebrate it, happy Halloween. And for those of you who are working in retail, enjoy Halloween, because I salute you, because come tomorrow, it's gonna be hell. We are
because if people haven't been getting out the Christmas stuff by now, they will today.
Look, let me tell you. The Kmarts that used to be in Manhattan, during August, September, they'd have the trees up already. Last year, and I believe the year before last, the week of I want to say Christmas for the week of Halloween going into November, I was already seeing Christmas commercials. All right, It was the cranberry Sprite commercial with LeBron, which I do not like. Him, not the soda. I don't mind that. And I'm just like, hold up. And now we got, and I got people who are talking about as soon as November 1st rolls around, they're putting the Christmas music on. I'm just like,
they've been doing that for years.
no. I'm talking about Friends.
Oh,
I know on the radio, once November 1st rolls around, they will start putting in one song, like maybe every hour or two sporadically, and they keep adding a couple more as the month goes on, and then it goes full tilt the day after Thanksgiving or when December 1st rolls around.
or there's stations in my area that automatically switch to all Christmas music format come November 1st.
Look, as everybody knows, I like Christmas music, but I like anime Christmas songs, J-pop Christmas songs, K-pop Christmas songs, like Eurobeat, all of that stuff. I enjoy that a lot more. Which reminds me, I'm probably gonna be spending a decent amount of cash at Tower Records when I go to Japan. But I like listening to that more. But I like to kind of get into the spirit of it, you know. But then again, when I grew up, it was like when I spend Christmas with my mom, and my grandmother sometimes, or no, Thanksgiving, it was like on the ride back home or back to where I was going. We'd always hear Christmas music like that Thursday night or Friday night. And more in recent years as I got older, I kept hearing they always played Kenny G's White Christmas. So to me, that's when it's okay to go full tilt. And I'll continue to listen to it music into January, but I'll kind of focus more on like winter music as opposed to holiday. If you listen to some of the songs and some of the and lyrics, not every Christmas song is a Christmas song, and not every Christmas song is a winter. It's like you'll get it, so you know. But as Cedar Berry says, "Happy pre-candy sale day," or like tomorrow, "Happy 10% off on all Halloween candy sales day." And if you're like me, you wait till the RIAA drops it down to 40%, and then you bitch at them when it comes up incorrectly in the system. They're like, "You're wrong."
My stores have already had the Halloween candy on sale. They have Christmas candy out already.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. December 26th, Valentine's candy comes right out.
And they're getting a little jumping the gun with that too. Like I see the Valentine's Day stuff up on like December 26th.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But I get it, it's all for the sake of the sale, but what about the sake of some logic here? But then again, working in retail, there is no logic half the time. So, as you can tell, we are hard-gritted veterans of working retail. And if I were to ever go back into retail, there's only 2 companies I'd ever work for. Other than that, no, it's not happening. So, anywho, as we have sorely derailed, in which we'll probably do multiple times again tonight, we are live tonight, week of October 31st, 2023, right here on Twitch TV. We're live here Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can always find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We're also part of the Voice of Geeks Network at VogNetwork.com. They're also on Twitch as Twitch TV/VOG Network. They kick things off on Sundays at 8 p.m. with the Bobby Blackwolf Show, followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9. And don't forget to check out our Discord at VogNetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has their own channel, so come through and hang out. And it's one of the few Discords where the hot tub is running all year round. All right, and now that we got that out the way, we're going to go ahead and go around the room, start asking everyone, how was their week? How was their day? Ari.
There wasn't really much going on with my week aside from work.
Yeah?
Like after last week, it was just, did a couple shifts at work, watch the Eagles game. and we got doubled up one of my offices because we had that many supervisors
Mm-hmm.
scheduled, and well, I taught one of them how to like to play video games thereabout because she was talking about wanting to like backgammon, I think, and I'm like,
Right.
because I brought my Switch with me
Mm-hmm.
because it was very slow at work. I just booted it up and like had her playing it on Clubhouse games.
That's the first thing that came to mind. Clubhouse games. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think trying to get her to play on a Switch with the little Joy-Con as a
Mm-hmm.
controller,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of a bad idea because the second player one, the buttons aren't labeled, and like, and obviously because they're, it's it was it was a learning experience because obviously like no video game experience versus a lot of it. So.
No, I totally get it. I totally get it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just bring it with me either on overnight shifts or places where I'm gonna be either A, you know, really not that busy, or B, where no one else comes anyway. So, but that's only occasionally.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's how things have been going for me.
All right. Mako, how was your week? How was your day?
Not horrible. I ended up sleeping all weekend.
Hmm.
Friday after work, I decided to go and get my booster and the flu shot, and that completely wiped me all weekend. To the
So,
point that yesterday I stayed home because I couldn't stay awake.
so did your metahuman powers kick in?
Not yet. Sorry.
So close.
But yeah, other than that, I went to work half a day today dressed up as the Cheshire Cat. And then the other half, I did what I did last year, which was do a trunk or treat at my mother's complex and helped her with that so that, if she had to go and smoke, I could still give out candy. And she won the best decorated car. So
Nice.
that was fun. Yeah.
What did she win?
A gift card for one of the local stores.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, like, it doesn't have a number on there, so she's got to check how much is on there. But yeah, so out of all the cars that were there, she won first place, which was cool. And yeah, other than that, just hanging out and reading.
But also got to understand, that's your mother. Are you not surprised?
What, that she won?
Yeah.
Or that she has to go and smoke?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B,
Yeah, no, last year her whole theme was a Halloween Mickey and Minnie theme. And she had a lot more crap last year, and then this year it was just Day of the Dead type decorations, and she had even less than she had last year and won this year. So I don't know how, but I'm not gonna say anything because who cares? She won. The only thing I will say is that my eyes hurt like hell.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't do makeup very often because my eyes are very sensitive. So the fact that I had makeup on all day for over 12 hours at the point
Probably
that I was
driving you nuts, I imagine.
It's not even that the like eyeshadow or anything was bad, which is why like if I do makeup, I'll just do eyeshadow, but anything really close to the eyes, like liners or even mascara, for some reason it kills my eyes. So my eyes are like beet red and bloodshot to hell at this point. So I was going to, try and rest them
Mm-hmm.
once I got home. And considering I've been falling asleep every time I shut my eyes, I figured it was probably a bad idea to do that. So I will have to wait until after the show and I go to bed to rest my eyes.
Gotcha. So my weekend day has just been working as per normal and watching all of my friends in Japan, like taking pictures and all of that, and me like writing down, go here, yeah, go here, yeah, check this spot out, yeah. I already know I'll be probably be spending a crap ton of yen at Mandarake and Tower Records, but given that the yen is now the $1 is equal to 151 yen. I probably won't be spending as much money, or if I stay to my original course, I'll have more money to spend. We'll just see how it goes. I actually went out. I went out and had dinner with some friends Saturday night, and one of the guys was like, it was only like 4 of us, and I was like, well, people have Halloween plans, so that's probably why I didn't have that bit of a turnout. And then there was another get-together, down at the Coney Island, so I went as Luigi, hung out, had a couple of drinks, had a good time. As I've mentioned last week, I've started a weight loss medication called Wegovy. I'm on week 2 of it, and
What's it called?
Wegovy.
How do you spell that?
Wegovy. Aren't you on Ozempic?
Yeah, but let's see if it would compare the two.
It's kind of like it's pretty much kind of one and the same because they all use the same ingredient.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, my appetite has changed. Now it's like I look at snacks and candy and I'm just like, do I really want to eat that? That's how it kind of looks to me, so I'm okay with that. I found myself a little bit more tired, so I've been going to bed a little bit earlier, just trying to get a nice ample amount of sleep in, But other than that, it's been good. I noticed like I cut down on my cereal at work, so instead of a full bowl, it's basically like a half a bowl, and I'm good, and I have my coffee. There's been a couple of days where I don't even eat breakfast. I just have my coffee, and I'm just like I'm good. Let's see. Outside of that, that's really been it. I have noticed, we talked about this. Actually, I'll save that for Geek Roundtable. All this other stuff. So that's basically has been my weekend day. So
you want to know something really funny?
What?
My mother's girlfriend is on all of that stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been doing protein shakes for breakfast.
Yeah.
Except that she has decided that she's going to make her own protein shake and then freeze it.
Oh.
Okay.
So she's been eating ice cream in the morning, but it's just frozen protein shake that she then uses in a churn to smooth it out and makes ice cream with it. So she's been eating ice cream in the morning.
That's funny. Because you want
That's kind of odd.
You want Marco, you want to know something? You want to know when the last time I actually had ice cream? When we went to that Mexican restaurant.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
That was the last time I really had ice cream. Well, actually, no. Does mochi ice cream count?
Technically.
Yeah, I had that maybe like 2-3 weeks ago when I ordered Japanese. But outside of that, I don't do that anymore because I realized that when I would used to keep 2 tubs of ice cream in my freezer, and almost every night I make myself a little sundae, which was like 2 scoops from the different tubs of ice cream. I put syrup, sprinkle. Eventually, I just got tired of all of that. It started getting a little heavy for me to eat at night, so I now switched to fruit bars. So I usually eat one of those. Lately, it's like if I had for some reason I ate 2 last night with leftovers. I know tonight I will probably have 1 if I feel up to it. But I will say this. Last week when we did our show and I got in here late, because of work. Normally, I'd be very hangry because I didn't eat. I need to eat before we do the show and set everything up. All I had time was just to do the prep work. After we did the show last week, I look at my wings sitting on the counter. I'm like, I guess I could eat now. It just wasn't there. I was kind of hungry, but I realized I kind of needed to kind of like break the monotony between. Basically, I think it was like almost 12 hours since I had lunch, so I kind of had to have something. But
Yeah, the only thing about those types of things, it is an appetite
suppressant.
Suppressant. So you will get to a point where it's going to suppress your appetite so that you have no appetite whatsoever.
I know. One of my managers at work was on it, so.
Yeah, so if it gets to that point, you might want to look into like an insurer or something like that doesn't need to be refrigerated.
Actually, here's the thing. I'm not too worried about that because remember, I still get catered lunch at work. So I will still pick up lunch.
Oh, yeah, but I'm just saying that way if you get to a point at night that you're not really hungry for dinner, at least you're still getting all of your nutrients.
I will have to look into that because now that we don't get free lunch, we don't get catered food on Fridays, I have to start cooking. And, I'm thinking about making chili this weekend. No, actually, no, not this weekend. Next weekend. I'm looking at making chili. And I know like a Tupperware container, like the medium-sized ones is good for me for like 2 days. And the rest will go into a giant gallon Ziploc bag in the freezer or something like that, which I'm probably going to portion down so I can just take the Ziploc bag, put it in a thing of water and boil it and just let it cook, Yeah. So anywho, housekeeping notes. We're pretty much down. We're almost done with our convention schedule for the year. This weekend, me, Mako, possibly Ari, and Cinnamite will be at J1Con. So come through, come hang out. It's at the Showboat Hotel and Convention Center, which is kind of surprising to say because it's not a casino anymore. In Atlantic City, New Jersey. And that's actually the home of the new water park that's there. So, might have a good time there. We'll see how that goes. And then after that, in 2 weeks, we will have Anime NYC. It'll be me and Byron Zero doing coverage. And that's it. We're done. I was going to do WinterCon, but I realized after doing AAC and now this convention coming up, my goal before I go to Japan, nothing. No photos to upload, no video. I want it all done so I can just go and come back. And when I come back from my trip, I'll have a couple of days to relax, get back into the swing of things at work, and then we'll have a couple more weeks off from the podcast. So I just want to start 2024 kind of fresh, That's basically that. So next up is Geek Roundtable. This is where we talk more about the geekier aspects of our lives and we share off some cool stuff if we have it. So what do you have this week for Geek Roundtable there, Ari?
Well, a few weeks ago, there we go. A few weeks ago, when I woke up, I got a text from a friend of mine who showed me this cool T-shirt and like Shirt Punch, I believe it was, and I'm like, God, and purchased.
Oh, I've been there. You've seen me do that a couple times.
And well, it came today finally, and I just want to show you off. And it's about the one place that has not been corrupted by capitalism. Space.
That looks like Tim Curry on the front.
That's exactly what that is.
Okay.
It's the Command and Conquer signature scene where Tim Curry can barely keep it together, firing off that line.
Fun fact, there was a period of my life where all I played was Command and Conquer and Age of Empires.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Not complaining. I just liked those two because I used to play Populous for Super Nintendo on the regular, and I have the PC. I just enjoy playing those. It gave me.
That's a good game.
Those are the few strategy games I can sit there and play. So, all right. Let's see what else here. All right, Mako. Since your house is not on fire, what you got?
So I just want to put this out there that I'm not obsessed.
Uh-huh.
Of course
So
not.
I got supernatural themed candles.
To quote our friend Michelle Knotts, there it is.
Yeah, so Stans, who does a lot of work with selling supernatural stuff and selling actor-themed supernatural stuff, has started getting into fan-type things. So people off of, Etsy that have their own stores that do fanon type of things. People that, create their own art, people that, like this one, that does their own candles. So they have created, something just for fanon type things. And I have kind of always wanted some of the themed candles that are out there. And this one, these candles are by Serpent and Flame, and you can find all of their stuff at serpentandflame.com. They have 3 scents. I only took 2 because I don't like some of the scent profiles that are in Castiel's candle. But they have 3 scents out right now that are exclusive for Stans. The one that I don't have is Castiel, which actually has spearmint and pine and eucalyptus, and I'm not a fan of pine and eucalyptus, so
I am.
I didn't even get it. But the 2 that I have are Sam and Dean's. Sam is a Books Chai, Cream, and Maple. And then Dean's is apple pie, bourbon, and maple.
Okay.
And they both smell really, really good.
I kind of want something apple pie and bourbon flavored now.
The Dean one, I was burning that this weekend. Smells so good. It smells like, baked. You just walk into the room and it's like it's appley and it's bourbony and it smells like baking and it's so good. Ranma 421, no, I'm not obsessed. Not at all, I swear. But yeah, so that's mine. Things that I can burn.
On a side note, like I'm checking Facebook, and it's like the one thing I always talk about Halloween is like cosplayers talk about they have nothing to wear, and I joke about that. And when you think about it, it's kind of true because you could have like you can go to these conventions and wear these different cosplays, but when it comes to Halloween, if depending on what cosplay you grab, nobody's gonna know who the hell you are. Just saying, like. I
was proud that all of the Halloween costumes that I saw today, I knew who they were.
I was like that for the most part.
I was so proud. I even knew when the girl was coming around with pigtails and a tulle skirt and then saw her shirt, she was actually dressing for Halloween as the female version of Chucky.
Nice.
I saw that and just my whole brain went yay.
All right, Ranma 421 says only one person even I knew had a Jonin vest on. My brother in Christ. You might want to head over to the Black Anime Nerds Facebook group. Yeah, there's a couple of hidden ninjas from Brooklyn floating around in there. It made my cold heart warm up some. I thought it was cool to see that.
They're from the village hidden in the bodegas.
No, that's Ichiraku bodega.
Oh.
No, but now more anime becoming more streamlined. It's becoming, you don't have to cherry pick an outfit, which is kind of a good thing. So anywho, as I've said, I'm not sure if I said this early on, but I know I said it last year that I couldn't do Luigi because we had important people coming in the office last year.
Yeah.
Same thing happened this year. So a lot of people were expecting me to show up as Luigi, but I didn't. I showed up as like a business attired Shaggy Rogers. If you follow me on Mastodon, you'll see it there. I should post it to my Instagram so people can check it out. And the caption is, "My friends call me Shaggy, but you will address me as Norbert." Why not? I thought that was kind of cool. And then I go upstairs, and one of the guys upstairs is running around as Luigi, and I'm just like, fuck. Only because the VIPs are in the office this week are on my floor. They're not going to go up to the 9th floor. Everything they need is on the 7th. So if I had thought about it, I would have shown up as professional Luigi. Green shirt, blue slacks, blue suspenders, and the hat, which I may do next year. Because I was really going to do the whole Geek Squad thing and geek out, turn my office into something like that, but I couldn't get everything together, so it is what it is. So, I think last week I showed off my Marin figure from My Dress Up Darling, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought so. So, this week, I picked up another, going through one of my other figurines here that I got off of Otaku Mode, and I realized something. I was going through, what I tend to do sometimes when Otaku Mode has sales, I go through my wish list and see what I have and don't have, and I just start making a couple of purchases. In doing so, I have purchased 2 duplicates of 2 figurines. So when they finally ship, I'm probably going to end up having to put them on Mercari. I know I'm not going to make the money back, but at least they will be out of my house. And there have been times where I get an email notification about a figure, and I'm like, do I have this? And I have to cross-reference my list just to make sure that I didn't buy it already. So, anywho, last year I had watched a series called A Couple of Cuckoos. It was like, in a way, like Ranma 1/2 meets Tenchi Muyo without the curses and the aliens. It was just kind of slice of life-ish, but it was that type of camaraderie you would see in those animes. So, and I ended up pre-ordering a couple of figures from that show. One of them here is Hiro Sigawa from A Couple of Cuckoos, and as you can see,
nice.
Yeah, this is her casino outfit. And for those of you who are listening to the show, she's wearing basically thigh highs with heels, and not a suspender dress, but it's a dress with a lot of cleavage and a pink bra with matching cuffs and orange blondish hair and pigtails with bunny ears. But you know how it is. When an anime comes out, it gets popular, they basically sexify up the girls so that people will buy them and so forth. And me, I'm kind of fickle about that. So I like that when it was on sale, so I ended up buying it. So there's that. And I have like 3 more figurines to go through, which was kind of surprising. I didn't buy anything from the dealer's hall at AAC last year, so there's that. And another thing, at the top of the show, before we got onto the show, Mako discussed that she was looking to do other conventions. And to be perfectly honest, I don't blame her. It's part of the reason why I stopped going to Katsu and Otakon, because there are some cons I truly love, and then eventually you get kind of tired of it. And as of right now, I could probably dump all the cons I've attended this year except for Zenkai and AAC because I always feel like I always discover something new at those cons every year, so that's just why they stay on. But when it comes to like a lot of local cons, they're kind of one and the same sometimes. It is. There's that. But we have started talking about 90s con, and Ari had mentioned that. So basically, 90s con, which now they're doing two. There's one in Connecticut and one in Miami, Florida now. Basically, 90s con is basically, if you remember all the teens from the 90s TV shows, they come to this con and you get to meet them and do autographs and stuff like that. So if you remember watching 90210, Full House, Family Matters, Step by Step, Boy Meets World, Seventh Heaven, Sabrina the Teenager, if you watch those shows, it's the cast of those shows are at these cons making appearances. Sometimes you'd only see like maybe a fraction of them at Comic Cons, but this is whole 90s thing. And I missed it the first couple of times around, and I definitely want to go back next year because there's like they've already got their lists up, and I'm like, there's at least if the guest list goes the way it goes, there's at least maybe 4 or 5 people I want to meet. So I think that's going to be kind of be fun.
Yeah, I want to do something different.
Mm-hmm. Yep, as C. Debris says, the full TGIF lineup, 1990 to 99 minus a few. Yep, basically that. And plus, you had the WB shows, all of that. I think it's going to be kind of cool. All right, so there's one thing I want to talk about real quick. I forgot to put it on the list here because when I was putting together the rundown, I totally forgot to put this in, but I might be able to fit it in here real quick just so that people who are watching can understand what the heck we are talking about. Let me see if this is nope. All right, so let me put this in here real quick. It's a subject topic I want to discuss. It won't take long. So there we go, and it's there. So what I want to talk about real quick is the AAC photo contest. Now, I'm not talking cosplay contest. I'm talking photo contest. Not many conventions have this. But basically, if you're a cosplay photographer, you enter a couple of photos and it gets judged on. So I knew going in I probably wouldn't win, but at the same time, I don't think that many photographers would enter, so I may have a fighting chance. So I submitted 2 photos. One of our own Rose as Schoolgirl Lum, and my other friend Julia Rika as Misa Amane. So I figured, why not? First things first, one of the issues that came up was that there was no board of all the photos you could vote from. It was like a collage. So like every 5 seconds, a new photo will come up with music, and that's what they were in. Secondly, they had to like flag people down to come into the room to watch and vote. Thirdly, one photographer submitted 8 entries into the contest because there were different subjects going on. Unfortunately, they basically took the bulk of the rules down, but they kind of summarized it. They were looking for best overall, best edit, best scenery, best couple, best close-up, best lighting, best prop, fan favorite, and staff favorite. Personally, I think Lum in a school uniform holding 1010 or Ebby 10, whoever, would have been at least a favorite. So I'm not too fond of the fact that one person submitted so many photos. And I do understand this is their first year doing this, so I hope for next year they refine the rules some. And there were a couple of people who just submitted photos as if they took the picture. All right, it's like this. You ever get Italian food and the guy comes over and he starts putting the Parmesan cheese on your food and you're just like, and you tell him to stop when you're ready and it's just a giant pile of Parmesan cheese?
You never say that's enough. Yeah. He keeps turning.
Right.
The the whole place fills with cheese.
Yeah.
No one survives.
Think of the pasta as a photo. Think of the Parmesan as Photoshop. There were some people who basically turned with full tilt on Photoshop. I'm just like, that's way too much. But it is what it is. I'm just hoping next year they refine the rules some and it'd be a little bit better. But I will also say congratulations to Cinnamite Cosplay, one of our own staffers, who actually won in the photo contest. I think she got fan favorite. I honestly don't remember. So
Nice.
I'm
That's
glad
great.
that she got some. I'm glad she got a prize. I don't know what the prizes are, but anywho, we're gonna get into tonight's topics, and the first thing we're gonna talk about is freaking music, which is kind of cool. Some of you have watched the show Chainsaw Man, and the opening theme is called Kickback, and it seems that Kickback went gold. As per Milan Records, the studio behind the song Kickback, along with the artist Kenshi Yonezu. As per the press release that says here, continuing to reach new audiences across the globe, J-pop superstar Kenshi Yonezu celebrates yet another milestone as his 2022 hit single Kickback was officially certified gold by the RIAA. Now, you're probably wondering why we brought this up. This next paragraph will explain why. A history-making moment, Kickback is now the first and only song written and performed in Japanese to be certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. Even the RIAA can get shit right at least once. The opening theme to last season's breakout hit anime Chainsaw Man, Kickback began breaking records immediately upon its release, landing on Spotify's global top 50 charts and making Yonezu the first ever J-pop artist to appear on the chart. His most recent release, Spinning Globe, features as the official theme song to the new Studio Ghibli film The Boy and the Heron, with legendary director Hayao Miyazaki specifically enlisting Yonezu for the project. Also extending his talents to the gaming world, he has provided the official theme song to the new Final Fantasy XVI game, and the song is called Tsuki wo Miteta, Moongazing. I think that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
I'm really happy and I'm proud of him. I think that's really cool. I love that. Yeah, see, I was in total awe when I read about this. I'm like, this has got to be in tonight's stories. So now we go from amazing things to, wait, what now? A LA Lakers player is in an episode of Crayon Shin-chan, and I kind of spoiled myself about this, and I saw who they were talking about. I'm like, I've heard of this guy, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The anime revealed on Twitter that Los Angeles Lakers small forward Rui Hachimura will appear in one of the new episodes next month in a cameo where he will play himself with a series of promotional images of the NBA star in the anime's traditional art style. The episode, titled The Adventures of Buri Buri Zaemon, Space Dunk Edition, is set to debut on November 4th and will feature the player in an episode revolving around an in-universe superhero, Buri Buri Zaemon, and Shin-chan himself. According to the anime's official website, Hachimura's episode will see a massive meteorite headed toward Earth, which Hachimura must stop with the biggest slam dunk of his entire career. Hachimura also confirmed that the episode was his first time doing dubbing work for a project of any kind, lending his voice and likeness to the TV Asahi network that produces and airs shows in Japan. So he emigrated from Japan to play college basketball in America following high school graduation before getting drafted by the Washington Wizards, and played small forward for him until getting traded to the Lakers. Hachimura and his family are reportedly huge fans of the show, with the player citing his appearance in the series as a dream come true.
I think that's really cool because, think about it. Imagine a TV show or a cartoon that you watched as a kid that is still going, that you absolutely love, and you got an opportunity to be on it, whether it's like a voice or if it's live action. You just get to be part of the background, That'd be kind of cool.
Or in the case of Rui here, like central to the plot.
Yeah.
Like every now and then you'll see just like, a glimpse of some YouTube content creator in a background or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like what happened with the nerd and the critic.
Yep.
A while ago.
To paraphrase that one song, come on and slam and welcome to Japan.
Boo.
What's funny is there is a photoshopped image that shows that it says that when you land at, like, I think at Narita or something like that. Oh man. I think my trip's in like what? For another 6 weeks. Anywho. Moving right along. Okay. What's up?
I have to dip for now because I have to get up early.
All right, so you got to bow out.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw my message or not.
I totally missed that. All right, so okay.
All right.
No, it's all good, man. You know how we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, people who are first-time listeners or watchers, participate. Anime Jam Session is not an afterthought, but a hobby that we do. So basically, we pay the bills first, then we can do the hobbies. So when we have to pay the bills, we have to handle that first. And Ari has to leave so he can pay some bills, and it's called a job. So, but don't worry, he will be back next week with us with more chaos and shenanigans.
All right, talk to you guys later.
All right, take care, man.
Later.
Good night.
All right, and let's switch to play mode, where it shows Ari his name, but the fire is still going. So let me go ahead and flip that around. Let's see. Is this it? Yes, this is it. Let me see if I can flip this to where it's supposed to be. Perfect. There we go. So now we got Mako's name up there. So I guess we could bounce back and forth. It's all good in the hood. So.
All right. So, Fast and the Furious 3 actor Sung Kang confirms he is currently adapting the original Initial D manga into a big budget movie. So he was one of the stars of Tokyo Drift, and he says that he's currently in development for a new Initial D film based off of the original manga, an expression of his love for cars. The Korean-American actor has teased that the movie will be a faithful adaptation of the original manga. And he is best known to Fast and the Furious franchise fans as Han, a reoccurring character first introduced in the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift movie. In an interview with South China Morning Post, Kang confirmed the Initial D movie is already in development, hinting that the story will take the protagonist on a hero's journey.
Ooh.
He also revealed in the interview that the Initial D movie is one of 2 projects he's currently working on, saying it's about cars and drifting and cool things like that, almost a Rocky or Karate Kid, a fun, big-budget movie that expresses my love affair for cars. The actor referenced 2 films where the protagonists start as underdogs but earn their stripes through discipline and determination. This theme closely describes the character arc of Takumi Fujiwara, the main protagonist of Initial D. Fans can also expect the movie to have a high production value, with Kang confirming that the project will have a sizable budget. Based on his personal passions and film credits, it's evident that Kang is a perfect fit for an Initial D movie. Drifting as a sport earned worldwide appeal with Tokyo Drift, which includes elements inspired by the Initial D manga, anime series, and movies. Kang's role in Tokyo Drift revived his love for cars so much that he restored a 1973 Datsun 24OZ.
Well, that's a name I haven't heard in quite a while.
Yeah. The restored car, which he named the Fugu Z, was eventually added as a playable vehicle in the Gran Turismo video game. So it's kind of cool.
Definitely. I know there was another live action initial D that came out of Taiwan years ago, and I heard that was really good. I just found what was interesting was when it came out in Taiwan, it outdid I think one of the Star Wars films that came out at the same time. So I thought that was kind of funny. All right, so next up, let's see what we have here. Oh, a rare anime collection that went up for auction, and it went for a total of $3.1 million. Whew, that's a lot of money. As reported by comicbook.com, it looks like anime is driving sales wherever you look, from Blu-rays to streaming. Anime is on the rise, which includes a lot of merchandise. And if you've been following this podcast, as much as we talk about the merch that we pick up at cons, you get it. Collectors are eager to nab the rarest anime goods when they pop up, thanks to a recent sale by Heritage. A whopping $3.1 million was just spent on vintage anime goods. And I think I had heard about this. Let me see, yeah. Not long ago, Heritage released results of one of its top auction weekends. The Art of Anime and Everything Cool auction resumed last weekend. Let me look at this real quick. And it set a record at the famous auction house. The sale realized $3.1 million to beat the record set last September, with numerous lots far exceeding the initial estimates. More than 5,000 bidders competed for the slices of history online, over the phone, and in person. As said by Heritage, is the largest turnout yet. As for stuff that was sold, the auction saw everything from Dragon Ball Z to Akira go up and be purchased. The biggest sale of the auction went to Vegeta, as a sale from Final Atonement was sold for a whopping $144,000, which marks a record for Dragon Ball production sales. Akira also saw some of its sales sold, and the same went for Cowboy Bebop, Kiki's Delivery Service, Macross, and others. Outside of anime, the animation industry also got some love from Heritage Auction. A 50-inch statue of Bender from Futurama sold for nearly $40,000. And that's just the start. Production sales were also sold from the powerhouse animated series such as The Simpsons, Scooby-Doo, and Tron. All right, so this might not be what I'm thinking of. I do know, like, a few weeks ago, I got an email from either Crunchyroll store or Right Stuff about an anime shop that was being about auctioned, and I actually thought about checking into it, but I realized I got other things on my plate at this moment, so I'm just going to pass on it. So let me see if I can find. Yeah, I did delete that email. Yeah, it was that. That's why I think that might be connected to it, but if it is, that's kind of cool. I'll tell you this right now. If I was to auction off my stuff, I'd probably get like a third less than what I bought.
You would be surprised.
Maybe.
I mean, I've looked through my collection of pop figures, and while some of them are less than what I paid for, some of them are a lot more than what I paid for.
I need to redo my Funko Pop list, because when I open up the app, it just dumped everything, so I have to rescan everything in. So maybe I'll do that tonight. Depends on how I feel.
Yeah, maybe Friday you can help me with mine.
I was supposed to help you the last time I came over.
Yeah, but we didn't start doing it until Sunday, and by that point I was just done.
That doesn't take much.
No, not really.
See? All right. So next up, it seems that a voice actor was arrested for alleged fraud. And
yeah, so this is more than just voice actor.
Oh boy!
This is also screen actor.
Oh boy!
You may recognize that face as Gokai Silver.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh.
So the talent agency Beirut announced the cancellation of screen and voice actor Junya Ikeda's contract on Monday after being informed that the actor has been arrested for participating in special fraud. Special fraud in Japan are the money transfer frauds where you call up and pretend that you're a relative or somebody else and you need money. That's what they consider special fraud. It's money transfer fraud.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The agency added that the staff has not been able to directly talk to him regarding the incident as he is currently prohibited from meeting with other people. So these are some of the roles that he's been in. He was Joe Kido in Digimon.
Now, is it the original Digimon or the Digimon Adventure 2020?
It's Try and the new one that's out.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So he's the new voice for Joe.
Oh, okay.
He also voiced Mitsuru Tenma in Ensemble Stars, Ataru Suruga in the Majestic Prince series. His recent roles include Millions Knives in Trigun Stampede.
Wow.
Oz in the 3rd episode of The Kingdoms of Ruin.
That's on my list.
Screen, he's played Gokai Silver and in the Code Hydra series, and Zen the Flame Sword Knight in the Garo franchise.
I'm just wow. I'm what. I'm flabbergasted, really, and I'm
yeah.
When
I saw this, because Gokaiger is one of the few that I've actually watched the Japanese version for, because it was just that campy, and because it was the anniversary, so they had all their keys and transforming into the older versions of their colored their colored Sentai.
Oh, you got to link me to that.
What
you're just talking about? Is it like a separate video or something like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just talking about what series he was in. He was in the 35th anniversary series, the Pirate series.
Okay, I thought you saw as if they did an updated video because you said older versions.
No. Okay, I'm saying when they transformed with their keys.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so as soon as I saw that, I saw the name, I'm like, oh, who's that? And then I opened everything up and saw the picture. I'm like, holy shit! So yeah, the fact that somebody like this, somebody that is doing work and is doing modern work, is still part of this fraud case. This is not just something that somebody decides to do. These are usually done in groups. So here he is just sitting down and making cold calls to people, trying to get money from them, or emailing, because the princes of Nigeria come from a group that would be considered in Japan the special fraud. But yeah, I was floored.
Yeah, and I'm looking at his Twitter, and he's part of a J-pop rock group, so I'm just, maybe he hit hard times, because just remember, there are some celebrities who are in these contracts, and it's basically sometimes they don't get as much money as they should or something. Things like this do happen, but damn.
Yeah, I mean, one, if he's not making the money with everything that he's doing, with the popularity of the characters and series that he's in, if he's not making enough money to not have to do this, that sucks. But if he is making enough money and he's decided to do this anyway, that also sucks. Yeah. Just for completely different reasons. The only thing I can hope at this point is he's being arrested for allegedly being part of it. So, hopefully they will have updates on this and we'll find out to see if he actually was part of it.
Maybe
But
the group used his name or something like that, you know?
it could be
Yeah.
anything. He could be living with a cousin, and the cousin does
Mm-hmm.
it from home, so
Mm-hmm.
it's matching his IP address.
Yep.
There are things that can be considered, but at the same time, you know, it sucks because if he isn't, they've already released him from his contract.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's kind of similar to what happened to Austin St. John. You know, he got caught up in that whole paycheck scam, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of wild too. All right. So, we're going to go into our last story of the night, and this caused some kickback. I will say I am not the biggest fan of Bleach. I watched 24 episodes of it just so I could figure out the character for a skit I was doing back in the 2000s, Urahara Kisuke. That's the only character on the show I actually like, and the only character I would be willing to cosplay from Bleach. Maybe I should again, I don't know. So, anywho, here is what happened. Voice actress Anaris Quinones revealed on Twitter that she will no longer be voicing Yoruichi in Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War. Her recordings for the character in the anime will be replaced because the studio and client decided to go in a different direction. She will continue to voice the character Hiyori, though. Wendy Lee, the voice of Yoruichi in the original anime, revealed that she is returning to the role. As per this was put out by Anime News Network, Studiopolis provided them with a comment regarding all of this. According to Studiopolis, they said that we would like to address the unfortunate circumstances that led to the casting error around the character Yoruichi Shihoin in Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War episode 22. It was always Studiopolis' intent to keep as many of the established cast members as possible from the original Bleach anime. There was a misunderstanding that Yoruichi Shihoin was part of the list of the original cast members who were unavailable to participate. An error, our casting coordinator Anaris Quinones offered Anaris Quinones the role. By the time this error came to our attention, it was too late to correct before episode 22 was released. We would like to take this opportunity to apologize once again and express how much we appreciate their talents and enjoy working with Anaris and Wendy, who will both continue to add their work to Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War, with Wendy Lee as Yoruichi Shihoin and Anaris Quinones as Hiyori Saragaki. Anaris actually said on Twitter regarding this about a few days ago, saying, "Hey y'all, the studio and client decided to go in a different direction, so I am no longer voice Yoruichi in Bleach, and my recordings will be replaced. It meant a lot to me to take on such an iconic woman of color. I appreciate all the love. I'll still be voicing Hiyori." Wendy Lee, known for Faye Valentine and Cowboy Bebop, which I missed an opportunity to have her sign my art book last year at DerpyCon, implied in several posts in Quinones' tweet that the following day that it was a scheduling error that led to Quinones' casting as Yoruichi. These replies were made in response to other voice actors, yada, 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 yada. And apologies were made across the board. All right. So, here's the thing. I'm not going to finish reading all of this because you all know. And one thing you may know that Jamison Price, who was the original voice of Chad, stepped down and it was recasted by another voice actor by the name of Alain Mesa, because he felt that there's not enough. We need to make more opportunities for people of color to voice an anime, which I'm perfectly okay with. I think that's fine. I also believe if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If Jamison Price didn't step down, I could completely understand. To me, it's slightly different when you're trying to get a cast reunion together, you know? Now, if part of this cast reunion, someone's like, you know what, give somebody else the opportunity to do this voice, I'm perfectly fine for that too. Now, my issue is the fact that Wendy Lee, an established voice actress, who's been in the field for over 20 years acting like a motherfucking Karen on social media over this. That I have a problem with. I know Wendy Lee will never see this podcast, whether watch or listen. So I'm going to say this. In the event that it does get back to her, Wendy Lee, I think you are a talented voice actress. But the way you handled this situation was rude, crude, and disrespectful to not just your fellow voice actors and actresses of color, but your fans of color as well. I found it kind of disenchanting that you made a tweet about voicing black characters in anime and putting it out there for February for Black History Month. I thought that was crossing the line, but it's already been said, done in the past. I hope this whole Twitter brouhaha, I hope you've learned something from this. Do better. That's all I'm asking. On behalf of people, of your fans and so forth, do better. This could have been handled a lot better than this, because throwing a tantrum and acting like a 10-year-old over a role, no. A lot of this should have been handled behind the scenes. That's it. And that's all I got to say about that. And it was bad enough I had to block people over this because some people were saying Yoruichi isn't black and this and that. Oh, so you mean to tell me? I know there are Japanese people who are fair-skinned, Okinawan, and I get that. But don't act like as if black, Hispanic, and other dark-skinned people moved to Japan and lived there, okay? And someone had the audacity to say that Anaris Quinones shouldn't be doing the role of Yoruichi because Yoruichi isn't Hispanic. How the hell do you pull that shit out of your ass? I still say they should have left it as is. Some are saying that this was Viz's call. We don't know. All I know is, regardless of how this played out, Anaris Quinones was very respectful in this whole situation, whereas Wendy Lee was not, and she could have handled this a lot better. And that's all I'm going to say on that topic. And now that we got that out the way, we're going to get to the part of the show that you all really enjoy. Meanwhile, in Japan. Let's bring the volume down a little bit, just a scotch. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, let's see. Yeah. I think I know which one Mako-chan wants, so I will take the first story.
I'm gonna take the second one.
I called that one. I called that one. And I think this is something that Rose would want in her house.
I saw that and I'm like, I want one. I want it.
And I just, you know what? It would actually fit in your living room.
It would.
Yes.
Well, for my living room, I just kind of want a real one.
There are locations where you can get one of these.
Yeah, I know, but I kind of want a real one.
No, I'm actually talking about a real one.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I kind of want one. My living room would perfectly fit one, and I know that a certain someone that comes over and is always cold because I keep the heat low would enjoy it as well.
Yeah. I've learned to start packing an extra hoodie when I come to visit.
It's not my fault. Heat is expensive.
No, you're just cold blooded.
No, heat is expensive. That's why I think I have 3 blankets plus an Udi on my couch.
Trust me, I understand. I know how expensive heat gets. I've paid the gas and electricity bill in this house. Trust me, I get it. I get it. So if you're probably wondering what we're talking about, we're talking about a kotatsu, and you've seen this in anime. If you don't know what a kotatsu is, it's a table with a blanket on top. You see it in anime where people are like sitting underneath it, and they're like playing cards or reading books or studying, and there's like a little heater underneath it that keeps your body warm, which is kind of cool. Actually, no, I want this one. So basically, I'm going to show a picture of this so those of you on the screen can actually see this, and didn't realize how big I had made it. So let me fix this real quick. So basically, it's a kotatsu with a monitor on it, mouse, keyboard. There is a snack tray on wheels, okay? And on top of this is a little arm for a secondary screen. That's pretty wild. That is pretty freaking wild. There we go. And that's what this is. It's a gaming kotatsu, and where you're sitting, it's the top of a gaming chair. And for those of you who are watching, you see this gaming chair here that I'm swinging around in? That's the top, and you're sitting underneath it. That's what this is, and that's kind of cool. It's the combining of the two of the best ways to cope with cold winter weather. It won't be long before the winter once again has Japan in its icy grip. Luckily, Japan has one of the best ways to ride out the coldest part of the year. Just park yourself in a kotatsu, a low table with a heater on its underside to keep you nice and toasty, and you wait there until spring. Of course, while you're waiting in your kotatsu, you might want to play some video games. Another great way to keep your stay indoor spirit up when the weather outside is cold and bleak. So Japanese furniture and interior design company Bahute has combined these two winter coping tools by creating a gaming kotatsu blanket. Kotatsu work by supplying heat from the unit attached to the underside of the tabletop, and then using a blanket to trap that warmth underneath where you stick your feet. Bahat's gaming kotatsu futon, to use the blanket's full name, is a replacement blanket that can be used with a one-person size kotatsu and has a number of cleverly redesigned points. To start, and most importantly, it has armholes so you can cover yourself all the way up to your shoulders with the cloth. And I know that's something Mako-chan's giddy about.
Not for nothing, but when I first saw this, the very first thing I thought of was Imaru-chan.
Yes. Your spirit animal.
I can just imagine being under the orange hoodie blanket with that over me, playing video games.
Yep.
With my soda stash next to me, my snacks next to me, and then, my phone or tablet. So I have that there too.
I can see that. That would be so you, and you somehow try to develop force powers as well.
I've been trying to develop force powers for quite a while now.
Well, now that you've got now you got those boosters, you might just have force powers. Might want to get a midichlorian check in the morning.
Yeah, the only check in the morning that I'm gonna get is one of my eyes.
Going blind in your old age, I see.
No, it's the makeup.
Oh,
it's
right.
irritated my eyes.
Oh, gotcha. Just teasing. Well, to start with, and most importantly, I did cover that up. Yeah. Right. To start with, and most importantly, it has armholes, so you can cover yourself all the way up to your shoulders with the cloth, but you still have your hands free for performing Tekken combos, piloting Armored Core mechs, or however you want to get your gaming fix. An especially thoughtful touch is that there's a slide-through fastener on the back of the blanket from slipping off. It also helps to keep your back warmer as opposed to leaving it exposed like other kotatsu blankets do. The blanket is also roughly 1.5 times longer than normal. Wow. Non-normal than a non-gaming blanket, kotatsu blankets. Since Bahet knows you might be leaning back and relaxing while you wait for your co-op squad mates to finalize their loadouts. All right. Kotatsu are designed so that the blanket is sandwiched between the table's frame and its top. Since this blanket is designed for gaming, the company has added a square patch of grippy, non-slip material in the center right where the tabletop will be placed. That way, even if you get a little too excited and start swinging your arms around in the heat of the gaming moment, you won't have to worry about pulling the blanket out and jostling any pricey hardware pieces set up on top of the table. The use of your hands will also allow you to scarf down some Mikan oranges, another one of Japan's favorite things to do in the winter. Bahoot doesn't list a suggested retail price for the gaming kotatsu futon, but it's available through Amazon Japan for 12,800 yen, which translates to $85.40. And if you're thinking that you'd have a hard time forcing yourself such a leave a cozy spot to go to sleep, don't forget, Bahoot has gaming beds as well. That is wild. And for those of you who are wondering about the gaming bed, I will show y'all a picture of said bed because we probably discussed this on the podcast when this first came out a few years ago. Actually, by a few years, I'm talking about 2022. And this is a bed where on the right-hand side is your computer, and there's like racks, and on the top rack is a printer and a monitor, and in front of you is an L-shaped table with 2 monitors, and on the right is some type of frame for your clothes, and there's another section for your keyboard. That is wild. And knowing the way I sleep, that whole set will be broken in about a week.
I was thinking the same thing. I'd be kicking that shit all over the place.
At least your cats will know not to jump up on the bed at that time.
Oh, I have gone so wild in my bed that I have kicked the cats off.
And they come back 20 minutes later.
Yeah, because, it's cold.
Fair.
And they want my body heat.
Fair enough. Now, the next story we have up for tonight. What you got there, Mako?
Yeah, so there is going to be a horror theme park opening up in Tokyo. So Tokyo's Pallet Town is an entertainment complex which was closed down in the spring of 2022. But it also meant the closure of the building's Venus Fort Shopping Center, whose claim to fame was that it looked like an Italian city-state from the days of yore, complete with columned architecture, statuary and fountains, and even a simulated sky that changed from day to night.
Ooh.
A lot of work went into the visuals, so much so that it seems like a waste to tear it all down. So instead, Osaka-based entertainment design company Katana Inc. is converting the facility into what it calls Japan's first full immersive theater theme park with horror and murder mystery experiences for guests to play a participative role.
Ooh.
Despite their cool name, Katana Inc. isn't a company most people are familiar with, but they've got some impressive credentials, with the company's senior creative director, Shoichi Tsuno, having served as general producer of Universal Studios Japan's Halloween Horror Night events. The all-indoor Tokyo theme park will be called Immersive Fort Tokyo, with its roughly 30,000 square meter area housing 12 attractions and 4 restaurants, one of which transitions to an immersive show as Diners Eat. The planners haven't revealed exactly what the experience attractions will be or whether there will be non-horror murder ones as well. They do promise that one of the individual experiences lasts over an hour and that joy, screams, excitement, and emotion will ensue, along with their predictions that guests will find themselves saying things such as, I was the only witness to the murder. I'm the only one who knows the secret this story revolves around. Now I'm the lead suspect in the investigation. I'm standing at the center of the glittering stage. Before I knew what was happening, I was tossed into the middle of a gunfight.
Whoops.
Katana Inc. says its goal for the park is for guests to have a strong sense of participation in the events that unfold during their visit, creating a highly individualized experience and the sort of heightened intensity that can only come from live entertainment. And it is set to open next spring.
You want to check this out, don't you?
If I could understand what the hell was being said throughout it all, yes, I would. But unfortunately, this is definitely one that you would have to know the language in order to be able to really participate the way that the theme park would probably want you and need you to participate. But yes, I 100% would absolutely love to go to this.
Maybe one day it might just happen. You never know.
I don't know, maybe if it's popular enough, they'll, bring it to other countries.
There you go. I mean, we did have the Attack on Titan real escape game in Staten Island a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we got that out the way, we are going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Because it is getting late. And getting late means Mako gets cranky and then she starts throwing things. And somehow one of the items she throws somehow leaves her house and clocks me upside the head. And we can't have that.
I'm only cranky when it's getting late? Since when?
I'm just trying to be nice here.
You say so.
So if you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. We do this for the fun of it. So what we like and don't like, we're straight up telling you. If you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you will find not just our weekly podcast, you will find cosplay interviews, cosplayer tips and tricks, link to our YouTube page of convention coverage, link to our Facebook page of cosplay coverage, editorials, anime reviews, so much more at animejamsession.com. And while you have the chance on your portable media device, your phone, and if you have a podcasting app, you might want to check out our podcast. We are available on Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, and Apple Podcasts. And I believe YouTube Podcasts and Amazon Podcasts as well. So check out our shows there. Over 600 episodes are available. Some good, some bad, some in the middle. And what's cool is some of these apps have the ability for you to leave a review. So if you can leave a review, tell us what you think of the show. We greatly appreciate that. And don't forget to follow us on our social media, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. It is all Anime Jam Session. Follow us on those so you know when we're going live, when new episodes are available, articles, videos, photos, so much more. And those of you who follow us on our socials, thank you so much. We couldn't do it without y'all. And if you're participating live, our tip jar is down below. There's links to our stream elements, our Streamlabs, and our Ko-Fi if you want to throw money our way, which we really appreciate. You can cheer us on with bits in the chat here, or you can subscribe to the channel or give out gift subs. We really appreciate those as well. So now we're going to go around the room. Last words, Mako-chan.
I still have to figure out everything for this weekend. Driving-wise, I mean.
My final words. Yeah, I'm still trying to put things together, so that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Mako will be here. Ari will be here. Will you be here? We hope you are. So that's it, and that's that. I'm Ranma.
And I'm Mako-chan.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night.
All right. Say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Awesome. Perfect. We are out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!